You're not
Somebody
wrong.
say money.
But today, we are doing something absolutely very special. Came up with a little bit of a game show, and I called 3 of the biggest names in Tokusatsu right now, and 3 of my favorite creators. The co-conductor in the Tokusatsu World Tour, Jem from Pronghorn Heroes.
I'm here. I'm down to talk Revice. I'm ready to just hang out and talk predictions, y'all. Let's predict.
A Tokusatsu OG, some might say, Squall Charleston.
Oh, you're making me feel old with OG. Throwing that out.
The certified lover boy of Tokusatsu, Alsace. How's it going?
How we doing?
That's it. Just how we
That's
doing.
it. How we doing?
Cool. For a second, I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, and I like to party. And Jem, and I like to party.
And that's it.
Squall, I also like to party.
My name's Alsace. I also like to party.
No, only one of us likes to party.
But I also like to party.
This is Tokusatsu Predictions. I got myself and these 3 wonderful guests to dip a little bit of money into a pot. And at the end of the year, because this game show's gonna take a year, I don't know why I thought of this way. At the end of the year, that pot is gonna go to the winner to pay for their pre-order for next year's driver, for next year's rider. Round 1 is the category Reiwa Traditions. Basically, all yes or no questions. These ones are gonna be worth 1 point apiece. At the end of the year, if it happened, we get a point for it. If it doesn't, we don't get a point for it. Simple as that, easy peasy. So, number 1, will the final boss of the season be beaten by the first form under a different name?
Ooh, yes.
I'm gonna go with yes, but I feel like he's gonna have like an orange accent somewhere, son.
Also going with yes. I think it's a given at this point.
Yeah, I'm in the same barrel. We're all yes on this one. Number 2, will the final boss be one of the 3 dead men's that we already met in episode 1?
Since we're going with yes or no answers, I'm just gonna say yes. I won't get down to specifics.
No.
No, really?
No. Yeah.
I'm also gonna say no.
All right, I'm gonna side with Jem and go yes. So we're 50-50 for this one.
This is a Toku Prediction Civil War right here.
Question 3, will the official secondary rider, that meaning not Vice, be blue?
I'm going to say no.
I'm gonna say no.
Also no.
I'm gonna say yes from this one. I'll break from everybody else.
We have someone ask if the game ends in a tie, what happens then? We split the belt, right? Like we get custody?
Yeah, we send it back and
Yeah.
forth
Okay.
between the
The
Midwest
seasons.
and Los Angeles.
Oh, you already think who's going to win this? Okay.
My uncle works at Toei, so I already know. Number 4, will the quarter 3 power be a berserker form?
100% all day.
I'm gonna say no because it's asking specifically for quarter 3.
I'm going to say no, too. I think we might see it earlier.
I am in the same boat. I think it's coming quarter 2.
I would like to see a berserker form like in the latter of the show. I think that could be cool too.
Kind of like an O's situation.
Yes, exactly.
Question 5, will the final battle villain turn good in the end?
I want to, and like I hope that it's a no. So like I'm gonna say no because that's what I want to happen. You know.
Nah, I don't see it. Probably will happen.
I'm gonna say no, and I might have to clarify that once we get closer to the end, because it might be a little goofy. Wait, I have a prediction for later.
I think yes, just because they've done it twice already. Storius didn't even get an arc. But that was the last question for category 1. Category 2 is all about the numbers, y'all. Answers, purely numbers. Basically, it is 3 points apiece. And if you get within 3 numbers of the actual answer, you will get that many points. Say if you're 1 off, you get 2 points. If you're 2 off, you get 1 point. Question number 1. How many riders do we get this season?
I'm gonna say maybe 5 in total, going with good and bad villains or riders. I'm thinking 5.
I'm gonna go 4.
4.
And one of them is gonna be the big bad at the end. Yep.
I'm gonna get specific here. We're gonna have 3 riders with a demon counterpart. A 4th rider, whether or not they're the secondary rider or they come in late like Gentoku, where they are just like either they're on their own, like they expelled their demon for some reason, or like it's just the demon. And then 2 bad riders, so that would be 6.
Second question is kind of a follow-up, but in the Reiwa era, it has proved to be something very different. How many drivers do you think we get with this season? I will throw this in there real quick, not counting movie riders, just during the season. I just realized I didn't answer the last question, but I think there's gonna be 6 riders and 4 drivers.
I'm holding out hope we only get 2. We probably won't though.
5.
It's just like
a
the
big number.
most.
Yeah,
That's the most realistic answer, to be honest with you.
Honestly, yeah, that's the most toys.
This is like the betting $1 on Price is Right.
I'll go with 4. I'll go with 4 just to be safe, because I can't see them like tweaking up that driver to maybe name it something else, kind of like they did with 02 at the end of 01. So let's say 4 for me.
Question number 3. How many episodes do we get in total?
I'm going to say we're gonna get exactly 50.
That
See what I
That
did there?
wasn't my answer, but now I want to
like-
change it to that.
I'm gonna go 48.
Dude, I don't want to say either of those, so I'm gonna say 49.
I'm gonna go with 47. Just to be like right there with everybody.
Yep.
Like somebody's not getting a point, but the rest of
gonna
us
say-
will. How many main rider final forms do we get?
Can I just say for the record that I personally don't count the 3-book cross saber form a final form?
Neither do I. Check my final form tier list YouTube comments because apparently it is counted.
With saber, I was expecting another one, but like we didn't. So I'm gonna say 2.
4.
I'm gonna go 3. I kind of want to be a bitch and say 1, but I know it ain't gonna be 1.
I'm gonna go with 4 for that one. 2 main characters, Revi and Vice. How many times do they fight? And we're talking transformed big battle fight.
1 every 10 episodes. It's a 5.
I wanted to say 1 every 10 episodes. I feel like that's like the end of like an arc type thing for the show. But because you said 5, I'm gonna say 6. Just cut.
I'm thinking, I want to say 3.
I'm gonna say 3 as well. How many main cast deaths? They do not have to stay dead. They just have to die.
A lot of main riders die before their final form, so like I can see that happening as well.
I'm gonna say 3.
I'm gonna go. I was also gonna say 3.
I'm gonna say 5 because you said they didn't have to stay dead, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with 5.
I'm going with 3. I'm sticking with 3.
We have a very big expendable cast this year. I'm gonna say 6. That's the end of the second round. 6 questions in that. Next up, round 3 is where we get crazy with it. At the beginning of the week, I texted these 3 homies and said, hey, come up with a prediction, whatever you want. Come up with 3 of them, and each prediction is worth 5 points. It can be as specific as possible. It could be like, I think in episode 46, Vice eats a hot dog. You will not be able to double up on predictions, meaning Alsace cannot piggyback off of Squall's predictions if he wanted to, but he can bet against them. And if he bets against them, then Alsace will get 5 points for that, and Squall will get no points, obviously, if the prediction is wrong. But if he bets against it and get it wrong, Alsace will get minus 5 points. And that's how this round is going to go. Specifically just Alsace, nobody else. Everybody else is fine.
Bro, I'm not gonna get this driver.
Let's start with Squall.
I predict our main 3 kids of the family will be a family of riders, each representing one different like generation. So like Showa, Heisei, and Reiwa to an extent of style and of
Ooh, I
personality,
like that.
kind of like what Zenkaiger is doing. But the most vague is just we're gonna get a family of riders, 1, 2, and 3.
Does anyone want to bet against it?
I dare you.
I will bet against it. I'm still bitter about how they treated my girl May, so I think she will not be a rider. Everyone in the chat is totally on your side. I already said it, and I created the game, so I'm going to stick with going against you and betting against you. I'll say it. Give me a prediction.
I know this counters one of my predictions I made earlier, but now I've been thinking about it. Vice is gonna be the big bad. They're gonna have to kill Vice at the end.
I'll bet against that he's gonna be like the big bad or he's evil. I think that he's gonna have to die regardless. I feel like all the demons are probably gonna have to perish by the end, unless they're tied to a rider or something to free everyone. They're really trying to push him as like the next Momotaro. So I don't.
Jem, what's your prediction?
I feel like obvious predictions for the show would be that one of the dead mans will be a Kamen Rider.
Anybody taking against it?
No, I totally feel that.
No, yeah, I think he's right on the money. I think that Vice goes berserk at some point, kills a supporting cast member, which causes Iki to be afraid of transforming for an episode or 2.
Like a build vibe, right? Like where he's kind of like
Yes,
the
that's
power.
what I was basing it off of. Overwhelms him.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, I would love to see that, honestly. All right, so I'm not gonna counter it. I want to see it.
Another prediction already. I'm gonna say one of the dead men is gonna become a rider, and he's gonna be badass, and he's gonna he's gonna fuck shit all over the place. And like, bro, like midway through the season, something happens. Maybe like one of the dude dead men, like the girl dies and he's like sad about it, right? And that leads him on a path to his redemption arc where he becomes one of the good guys in the end.
Going off the rules that there's no duplicates, your prediction is that one of the dead men's, the main three that we've seen, turns good.
He's getting a redemption arc. He's getting, and it's gonna be so unsatisfying, and it's gonna be really rushed. Yeah.
George Kairizaki, the leader or the scientist of Phoenix, is the leader or his inner demon. He was able to separate, and the leader, GIF, is him or was part of him, or he created it somehow. Like he's responsible for why these things are, why these monsters are now like, you know, forming nightclubs together, whether or not
Can I counter that? Because I actually have a theory of my own. I think GIF is his dad, but I think that when he died, he actually like put his subconscious or something into GIF, because I didn't believe when George was like, and then he died. I was like, no, he didn't. Dads in Kamen Rider are shitty. Okay, it unfortunately has to do with George again, but this is just another like wild one. I think he's gonna be the third rider. He just gives me third rider vibes.
Why would the dude who loves Kamen Rider not make himself a belt?
No,
maybe he can't. Maybe he doesn't have his demon anymore because it's GIF.
I think that Vice wears a Santa suit during the Christmas episode.
Oh yeah, all day. What the fuck? Yeah.
Home run. Anybody betting against?
Fuck no.
All right. Alsace. What is your third and final prediction?
This is more of like a Heisei thing, not so much a Reiwa thing, but I think they're gonna do it. The final form, all white, sleek, all white, and it's either gonna have the stamps, like the actual like physical stamps, like all over attached to it, or it's gonna have like the emblems of each like little one, like on like his arms and shit.
I'm betting against it because I think the secondary rider gets the all stamps form. Plus, I hate when they put every gimmick on a rider.
No, I hate it too, but I can just see it happen.
I will bet against it just because I don't want to see it happen.
Jem, your third and final prediction.
I'm gonna go all the way out with this one. Iki will die in the end. That's what I've wanted from the beginning of Reiwa, and I'm gonna keep asking for it until they give me. I want them to kill the main hero.
I'm gonna counter it though. I'm gonna say he's staying around. He ain't dying.
I really want to counter, but I won't because I don't want to lose. I don't want to end up with like negative 18 points on this.
I'm gonna counter it too. I really like when shows especially can bookend something. So think of the first episode where he can see Vice. What if at the very end of the show he can't see him anymore, but Vice is still around and he can kind of go off and do his own little stories? That's how you could continue it and keep it going. Hooked on Henshin's asked if I was okay. I'm doing great. I'm gonna go all out here. This is something that like I wrote a long time ago and I was like, that would be so cool to see in a show like Kamen Rider, and now I'm like looking at this a little more objectively. I could see this being a thing. Our three dead men are people that are no longer alive, and because they're no longer alive, that's how they can gain their human forms. They probably don't even know this, and they're gonna find out that they, you know, like years ago, like these people that they were died, probably like really sad and lonely because you can't be apart from your people or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that like they're people that are no longer alive. My other prediction was that Aguilera would have a musical episode, so I hope it's this one.
I can see that happening.
Can't wait for that to be episode like 14 and Squall just be, damn it, I had it. I think we get a Yodana style story with Aguilera where GIF takes over Aguilera and takes her as a host.
No.
Dude, not gonna lie, that kind of sounds like Yodona from Kira Major.
That's what I said.
Oh,
At the beginning. Yeah.
It reminds me of that. Like from like, you know, I was like, why does that really sound familiar?
I just feel like they wouldn't do that 2 years in a row. Like they wouldn't try to milk that. I'll take the negative points if it happens. I will selectively take the point. I do Tokusatsu Girlfriend with my lovely finance, Lauren. That's where you can find me on Twitter, Squall Charleston, YouTube, Squall Charleston. Pretty much everywhere. That's where I am.
You know me at Alsace YT on just about everything.
My name is Jam. I run a channel called Pronghorn Heroes on YouTube. We have a TikTok account. We're on Instagram, on Twitter, so feel free to come hang out with us. We like to do little tokusatsu things like unboxings, fan henshins, all types of stuff.
Bye. Oh, where am I? Ah.